These daredevils practicing over the shores of Shisanling Reservoir are the Flying Dragon paramotor demo team, and they travel all over China putting on spectacular displays just like this. But despite the military-like precision involved, these pilots are all civilians and members of the Beijing Flying Man Club. For some it may come as a surprise that air sports like this are practiced in China, but here, as everywhere else, there are always those who pine for the skies. Still, private aviation in China is in its infancy, and for most Chinese people, the only contact with flying will be as passengers on commercial flights. However, here on the picturesque shores of the reservoir just beside the famous Ming tombs north of Beijing, a group of enthusiasts hopes to change all that. Li Jianming, manager of the airfield, says interest in this type of flying is growing.
Currently the club already has about 20 members of the demo team and over 200 ordinary members.
Levent Yurde, a former world paragliding champion and head coach at the club, is also confident about the future of flying.
And do you think this sport has a big future in China?
My idea have, still we need time, but we'll have.
Here, would-be pilots can try their hand at everything from paragliding silently off a mountainside to flying a sophisticated powered ultralight aircraft like this at speeds of over 100 miles per hour. Training for paragliding, the cheapest option, where most people choose to start, takes about 5 days depending on the pupil's ability and the weather. Paramotors like these, basically a paraglider with an engine strapped onto the pilot's back, provide more autonomy, but training is a little more expensive, and at the top of the range are the ultralight aircraft.
Now we have a different type of microlight here. This is the trike we saw earlier. It's more sophisticated than the paramotors. And Levent is just going to show me how to sit inside this aircraft and exactly how it's controlled. So Levent, I'll just get up here.
Yes, please.
Right. And then I would be strapped in, presumably.
Yes, exactly like
Right.
this.
Here at Shisanling, flying is limited to a 1.5 mile radius from the centre of the field and up to a height of about 2,000 feet. However, according to Levent, this is not a problem and relations with the authorities are good. And for special events, such as the 2007 Paramotor World Championships, which were held right here, that relationship can pay dividends. Then special flying permits were issued, and in fact a section of the competition took place over the Great Wall.
In 2007 we held the 5th World Championships here. We had representatives from over 20 countries and more than 300 competitors in all. We also had a lot of reporters covering the event. The French journalists said the flying over the Great Wall was spectacular.
Currently, there are around 3,000 holders of FAI paragliding or ultralight licenses in China and about 200 centres around the country. So, while you may not be able to fly yourself home just yet, those interested in joining these magnificent men and women in their flying machines shouldn't have to travel too far. Fergus Thompson, BON.